Hi everyone, I'm making an art journal page today and I'm starting with darker colors. I've got some dark blue, dark purple, dark green, and I want to cover my background as a start with this. I'm taking well, it's almost dry baby wipe just so I can smear the colors, and I'm going for mostly purple, but I want some variations with the blue and the green, so it won't be a complete solid one color, and then it would be boring. And I'm just going and smearing it like so, very easy as I go, and not cleaning anything, so it just blends into each other. So very easy, no technique to it, just plain smearing paint on a page. You can do this with a brush, with whatever you want. So I'm also overlapping and everything just gets mixed, and it's very dry, so I won't have to wait for too long for it to be dry. And of course you don't have to use a baby wipe. You can use a sponge, you can use a brush, whatever you feel like it. I'm just playing and smearing the colors. There are going to be so many layers to this, so it really doesn't matter. I'm just looking for an overall dark background that is mostly a purple. That's it, nothing to it. And of course I'm making a mess here on on the desk. I need a little bit more purple. I'll also need it later on. I want to work from dark to light. Now you can go about it by adding each time a little bit of white to your main color, or if you already have other shades of the same color, then you can use that and not start mixing colors. Up to you. Yeah, I like it. If I would have used a damp wet baby wipe, then it would be more translucent, and I wanted a very dark beginning, so that's why I'm not using a wet baby wipe. And I'm still adding a little bit where I think it's not strong or dark enough. Yeah, okay, I like it, so I can stop with this. I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to continue. Okay, so this is dry. Now I want to start layering with details. I was going to start by stenciling with this stencil. This is one of mine. It's very easy to make something like that. I've got several videos about making your own stencil, but I'm going to go a little bit, even something that everyone can do. This is just a piece of a magazine page, and I'm going to make it into a stencil. And so there are no excuses, anyone can do it, and that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make 3 sizes of leaves. I'm folding it here. Of course, if it's easier for you, you can make the shape with the permanent marker on top of it. I'll take something so you can see what I'm talking about, like so, or whatever shape of a leaf you want. And then I'm taking my nail scissors, which are more dainty and have a curve, and it's easier to go like that. So I already have one stencil for a leaf, and I want to have at least 3 sizes, so I will have something to work with. So here we go again. Let's do a smaller one. Of course, because I will only have these 3 that I'm planning, then it will take me more time to go all over the page. But this is, I want to show you that you can do it too, and you don't have to have any special stencil. Here we go. Now I'm just doing it, I'm eyeballing it, okay? And even if I don't like them, I can continue and just cut more and more, as much as I want. If I want different shapes of leaves, I can do others. It's really up to you. So I've got my magazine page stencil. I'm just going to cut this. And now what I want to do is, as I said, build from dark to light, and I can either use the dark purple I've used at the beginning and add each time a little bit of white, or if I have other colors that can work, I can use them. Up to you if you have the colors, or if you don't have, then just add each time white. I think I'll add a little bit of white now, and we'll see if I will go and use the other ones. Let's take a brush to mix it, and sometimes you need to work on it a little bit until you get the shade that you want. But it already seems like I've got a nice shade here, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, so now I need a makeup sponge, which I didn't bring. Let's see. Here we go, makeup sponge. And I'm just removing the dry paint I've already got here, so I can use it again. That's what I'm doing every time, just removing the dry paint and using it again and again. Okay, so I've got my paint, I've got my stencil, and I'm stenciling. And I know you can hardly see it, but that's the whole thing. You start and gradually build up something interesting. That's why I will always add each time a little bit of a white, and that's how I'm going to build my background. And I'm just alternating between the sizes of the leaves, just threading them, and not even too concerned about being perfect, because again, this is all going to be layered. I'm going to go over it with another a layer of leaves that are even more light than what I've got right here, so it really doesn't matter. You just work your way. Now you don't even have to cover the whole page, and you don't even have to have leaf shapes in the back. It can be anything that will create a pattern, a texture, a visual texture to your page. Here we go. I'm thinking that maybe I'll go from this direction now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So just having fun with it. I'm trying to stencil here without getting into the paint. Okay. I'm also like to stencil outside the edges. It just gives a more organic look, but that's up to you if you like it or not. Okay, let's do another one here. I'm not overthinking the placement of my leaves. It really doesn't matter, like how I started. It really doesn't matter. It's all gonna get covered. It's all part of the background. So the only thing that matters is the layering. Keep adding details. Yeah. Okay. Maybe another one here. I'm not even covering the whole page right now. So that's the start. I'm adding a little bit more of the white. And of course I can also change now if I want to the details. Again, you don't have to keep with the same thing. I'm just doing it because it's the easiest, and I want to show you how simple it can be just by using this stencil that I just made from a magazine page. So here we go. Lighter shade of purple, and again layering. And I'm going to stencil in other directions and overlapping what I've got on before, so it doesn't match. Yeah. You see what's going on here? I hope so. Okay, let's do another big one. I'm already liking this page just by doing this. Okay, more. The more the layering, I think, is the more interesting and organic, and it creates more also movement on the page. That's the best way I can explain it. Okay, going now and doing this side. And because I've used in the first layer, I also used the dark blue and the dark green, I can also decide that that's what I want to do and layer with lighter shades of them. But I decided to go with the purple, so but that's another option for you to do. I'm trying to not use the larger one too much. It's a little bit too large and overwhelming, so I'm trying to keep it to the minimum. And of course I could have just cut another shape of leaf, but that's okay. That's enough for me to build up an interesting background. Yeah. Once again, moving it a little bit so I won't get into the paint I've got here to the side, and maybe here also. Yeah. I'm thinking that I want more here. Yeah. And maybe another one here. And a little bit off the edge. I'm considering going all the way here. Maybe. Let's go for it. Now another thing that can be done is when you've got less and less paint in your sponge, then you can do some kind of a fading look, and don't push too hard on the sponge and you get a faded look. And again, this is just if you want to, if you like it, if you want a faded look. Okay, I'm going to go over this because it's just not working for me this way. And yeah, okay, so I've got this, and I'm considering going a little bit lighter and then starting doing something else on my page. Okay, so let's add a little bit more white. Maybe I'll do it here to the side. Pick it up. Yeah. Just a little bit lighter. Okay. And doing the same thing over again. You can just skip ahead if you're tired of looking at me, watching me stencil leaves again and again. Yeah. I'm now just using the small one and spreading it quite randomly on top. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to take shape to something I really, really like. Yeah. Maybe here. And one more here, and I think I'm done with these leaves. Yeah, okay. So this goes into a water jar, and leftover paint from before went into this page. I always have some notebook with leftover paint, and that's how you make more painty paper, collage papers, just by using your leftover paint and cleaning stamps or leftover with the stencils. Just trying to be quick about it and use all the paint I've got here. Yeah, I think this is it. You see, already I've got an interesting collage paper to work with in another project. Even now I'm continuing with almost none. I don't have enough paint here, but again, just going and continuing, even if it's faded. Here we go. So that's that. Now this you can save for another project, or you can throw away and do another the next time that you want to. Okay, so now I want a little bit of detailing, and I'm going to use my gel pens, and these are from all kinds of sets that I just combined into this thing. And let's see, I've got here from Amazon, I've got here from a Temu, I've got from AliExpress, so I can't give you any recommendation for a brand. Let's see, I'm thinking of just going around some of the smaller ones and giving them, again, I'm going very lightly because this is still the background and I'm not interested in something that will take away from whatever I'm going to put on top. I'm just hinting at some details. You don't have to, that's just what I think of will add to the whole. I don't know why. And I could have gone with a darker color or with a lighter color. I just picked this, and whatever will be will be. Not sure what will also pick out. I'm again just building layers, so again, you can do this kind of thing with any shape that you want, even if it's just circles. Yeah, maybe another one here. Yeah. I'm doing it very loosely, and I could probably go with darker colors and do the other leaves that I have in the back, just to help the detailing and the feeling of a depth of the dimension to the page. I don't know how to explain it. And again, I'm just picking up random leaves to do this. Even if they are the ones that are really in the back, the first ones that I've stenciled. Just where I think it's needed to add some interest. So I think I'll go with this one. It's so big, it needs more details. Yeah. I can find myself going over all the leaves and adding this detail because it's turning really nice, but I don't know. Don't know how much of it you can see. Okay, so I've got this. Another thing that you can use if you've got all kinds of acrylic paints or not acrylic markers also can work here. If you've got other markers, you can also use that here. And now I'm thinking of adding more interest to the page, but maybe I'll use my acrylic markers. These are from Temu and I really like them. Let's see if I'm looking for a lighter shade of purple. Let's see, maybe it will work. And I'm doing it by hand, very freely. You can take any kind of a stencil that you want to add more detailing to your background. It doesn't have to be freehand like I'm doing, and I'm just doing it like this, just an S kind of shape and some kind of branches, like so. So very easy. And now I'm just going to do some dots, and these markers have two sides, so I'm going to use this to make my dots. And you can do dots very easily with just a Q-tip and acrylic paint, so that's another way to go about it. I'm just starting with the thin tip, and then I'm going to go and use the larger one. And now I'm just spreading dots willy-nilly wherever I want to with no any logic or anything to it. I'm just spreading it as I want to, very random where I think they are needed. In between, on top of the branches, so really random. And you can do all this with just a Q-tip and acrylic paint. I'm trying not to overthink it and just spread it around. Maybe another one. Yeah. And of course I can spread some more of the smaller ones from the thin tip of the marker, so I can play with it. And if you have a stylus, it's also something that you can use with acrylic paint to do dots. And if you don't have a stylus, you can use just the tip of the back of a paintbrush. You can use for dots. All kinds of stuff can make it. And okay, I want something more here. Well, maybe I'll do the same here. I'll just flip the page because it would be easier for me. Like so. So again, some kind of a branch, and yeah. And I put my hand into it and it's not dry yet, so I smeared a little bit. Never mind. All good. It's all part of detailing to the background. Okay. Again, just dots. Almost done with this detail. I could have done it if I didn't have the acrylic marker. I would have done it with acrylic paint and a brush for the branch. And as I said, the dots are easy with all kinds of stuff to do. This is just because it's easier. If you've got them, use them, but otherwise you can just go and do this with acrylic paint and a brush and a Q-tip or whatever you want. Yeah. Let's flip it and see if I feel like I need something more. I feel I need more dots, but spread around. So I'm thinking I'll just do it by hand and spread all kinds of dots randomly. And now I'm using the larger tip, but I'll also do smaller ones with the smaller tip. I'm trying to spread them randomly again. All about the layering and details. Now I'm going to spread some with the thinner tip, and of course this can also be done with acrylic paint. Just do some splatter, and it's really easy when, you know what, let's add some splattering just so you can, no, I'll take this light color. Okay, just a little bit of acrylic paint, and it's better if you have a fan brush. Add water like so, a little bit more water, yeah, and this is still all part of the background. Yeah, I like it. Even with a splatter you can do a layering. I've used here now the the lighter shade of purple, and I can go now and do splatter with white, and it will create more layering to the page. So let's do that. So again, I'm just taking water, adding to my acrylic paint, a little bit more water. Yeah. If you don't like splattering, don't do it. Someone told me once in the comments that they don't like splattering. You don't have to. Yeah. Okay. Leaving it be. This needs to be completely dry before I'm doing anything else. I'll be back. Okay. So now I want some dragonflies. I wasn't sure. I was at the beginning, I thought about doing two birds, one here, and decided that I wanted dragonflies. I've got this. Again, I cut it out of this leftover 12 by 12 paper that I had. It was just easier to cut something this small from a 12 by 12 than from acetate. And there are all kinds of ways to go about this kind of thing. If you have the stencil, use it. If you don't have a stencil, if you have a stamp it on any kind of paper and fussy cut it. If you've got already made, if it's butterflies, dragonflies, birds, anything that you want can go on top. So now I've got the dragonflies, and I'm going to stencil them with a silver acrylic paint that is quite translucent, but that's okay because I'll just go on top of it with first of all another layer of silver. I can also stencil first with either white acrylic paint or with gesso and then do the silver, so it will be opaque. But right now I'm not worried about it. I'm just putting it like this. I'm doing another one here. I also have acrylic markers in silver that I could have used. So all kinds of ways to go about everything. It depends what you have. And another one. And right now they are not that visible, but that's okay. As I said, I'm going to fix it. I'm more interested in laying them on my paper so I can see where they are going, and then I'm going to start working on of them being more visible on the page. And for especially for the wings, I like that they are translucent, so maybe I'll leave them as is. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to let this dry. Maybe I'll bring in some heat tool and make it faster. Okay, so let's see, where is my silver acrylic? No, you know what? I don't know. Let's try. I'm connecting the wings to the body of the dragonflies, going over the body with the acrylic marker. For now, I'm leaving my the wings translucent. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the wings. I've got this nail polish with this glittery stuff in it. I'm going to go over the wings with it. Probably the safest way to deal with glitter when it's inside a nail polish. Don't know if you can see it, but it's there. I'll turn the page to more to the light in a minute so you can see. I'm thinking of adding some very fine black lines to contour the dragonfly, but I will have to wait for the wings to dry, otherwise I will ruin another marker. I'm always ruining markers when I don't have the patience for things to dry. If I wanted them more visible on the page, I would probably have gone with white and some either dark lines, very again fine dark lines, and maybe silver with this either gel marker or any other marker in silver. But I really like how this turned out with the silver. I forgot this wing. All kinds of nail polish out there that can be used in your artwork instead of other all kinds of other expensive stuff. I hope you can see the silver and the glitter. Okay, so what I was planning is I'm just going to go here. I've got this regular pen. It's just a 0.5 tip, and just to go around and make a contour line to make them more defined on the page. I'm trying to do it without getting into the nail polish. It will take a little bit to dry. So basically this is it. I'm going around with just this pen, and maybe I will add some detailing to each wing when it's dry. I'll be back. Okay, so no matter how I thought I waited, I still managed to get into some wet nail polish, but I added a little bit of detail to each wing. I hope you can see it, almost like the lines that I've made on the leaves. So this is it. That's my page. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll try your hand doing something like that. You can change the colors, change the focal points, and basically just play with it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.